I'm Davio Falavio, and you're watching the It's Fantastic show. Thank you so much for watching. I would like to thank all of our MondoClub.com viewers. Mondo Club actually features two of our channels, which is Gay Life Television and Wild Animal Television, which teaches you about animals, like their endangerment and a few other things. And also we are on Roku. Roku is a platform box, cable box, and you can actually, install that in your house or your office, anywhere you would like. And you can watch us from Roku, which is fantastic. And you can also watch us on Justin.tv. Justin.tv is an awesome site, and they actually feature us as their #1 gay channel. And you can also follow us on Twitter at GLTV, or you can follow us on Facebook at Gay Life TV, and you can hit us up, tell us any, interesting stories that you are curious to know about us. If you're curious about us, and maybe we can actually feature your mental breakdown. Maybe you'll have a mental breakdown one day, and then you'll go all the way back up, and then you'll want it to be broadcasted. I will do that for you. I will broadcast your mental breakdown. Okay, so something really long and hard that I like? Pretzel rods. I love pretzel rods. I just had like 5 of them. They're just great. I just love them so much. Like, I love stuffing them into my mouth, and I love, sticking them into my mouth in and out while the salt wears off in my mouth. I really like that salty taste of that long, hard pretzel rod. It's really great. So, something that I've tried just recently is actually whitening my teeth. I know my teeth are pretty white already, but I decided I would try this natural remedy because there's some buzz about it going around saying, oh my goodness, they've found this new way to whiten teeth, and it's amazing. It's this amazing thing that nobody else knew about, and who knew that it would be strawberries mixed with baking soda? Who knew strawberries had a way to whiten your teeth? I would look at strawberries and I would think, okay, they're red and they're gonna make my teeth red. So I would say, okay, I don't think strawberries are the thing for me. But I did it. I went home, I muddled up some strawberries in my little mixer because I have a bar in my apartment. And also I put some baking soda. I put 3 tablespoons. I don't know if I did too much of anything, but I put 5 strawberries and some of the baking soda together. And then I put it on my teeth for about 5 minutes. And I noticed nothing. Nothing at all. Like, I really noticed nothing. I don't know if you're supposed to try it multiple times or whatnot. So I'm sure a lot of you are curious, how did you grow your hair so quickly? Like, your hair just went like, wow, it went so quick. Well, actually, I'm wearing a wig right now, and a lot of people tell me I look like that gentleman from Queer as Folk. Everyone calls him Sunshine or Justin Taylor, and his real name in real life is Randy Harrison. He's an actor who plays in the series Queer as Folk, who is playing Justin Taylor, and I decided I would, wear his hair for the day because I look so much like him, and I was just thinking, wow, this is an opportunity I need to take advantage of because, I look like him. So anyways, Poo-Pourri. Poo-Pourri it sounds kind of like something you may know. Poo-Pourri is actually this spray that you can spray at your toilet water, and it's after you go poop. After you poop, you spray the water. Well, actually, I would recommend doing it before you poop because it has it creates this layer on top of the water, and every time you poop, it drops down into the water, and actually the top layer creates this scent of flowers, and then it just pops up it's like flowers. It's like you're pooping flowers. So Poo-Pourri is a great item. So we're going to play the video right now of the Poo-Pourri commercial, and they have a great rating on Amazon. So we're going to play that video for you right now.
You would not believe the motherload I just dropped. And that's how I like to keep it, leaving not a trace that I was ever here, let alone that I just birthed a creamy behemoth from my cavernous bowels. Nothing is worse than stinking up the shared toilet at work, or the toilet at a party, or your lover's apartment. Of course, flushing removes the graphic evidence. Maybe 2 or 3 flushes if your skid marks are as tenacious as mine. But what can be done of that subtle scent of a 300-cow dairy farm? Aerosol air fresheners aren't the most effective option, or the healthiest. Trying to mask the stench, giving you a nice blend of ChemLab carnations with just a touch of feces. So, how do you make the world believe your poop doesn't stink? Or in fact that you never poop at all? Poo-Pourri. Poo-Pourri is the before-you-go toilet spray that has proven to trap those embarrassing odours at the source and save relationships. Simply spritz Poo-Pourri in the bowl to create a film on the water's surface that actually traps the odours in their porcelain prison. And when your little astronauts splash down and make contact with the film, they release Poo-Pourri's pleasant aromas, so all those around you can smell as a refreshing bouquet of essential oils. Yes, it is a real product. And yes, it really works. We've sold over 4 million bottles. On Amazon alone, there are over 1,000 reviews rating it 4.8 of 5 stars. That's a better Amazon rating than the iPhone 5. If it doesn't completely stop your stench from spreading, send it back for a full refund. Our unconditional stink-free guarantee. If your poo stinks, click here to get your Poo-Pourri today at poopourri.com. So whether you need to pinch a loaf at work, cut a rope at a party, or lay a brick at your boyfriend's, your days of embarrassing smells or prairie dogging it are over. Poo-Pourri. Our business is to make it smell like your business never even happened.
Because, I mean, I just thought it was so funny. I saw it on YouTube, and I was like, wow, that's hilarious. And I actually ordered some on Amazon, and they weren't lying. It's a real product. It's on Amazon, and they do have 4.8 stars. So, I wanted to make a little public service. Okay. I wanted to make a little public service announcement for all of you guys out there who are having trouble with cleaning your apartment. Well, okay. So I was on this date, and this gentleman, he went and got some wine, and first of all, I told him that I don't like sweet wines, and he got Moscato, so that's fail number 1. And so we sat on his couch, and we watched this movie, which was a scary movie. And I specifically told him previously on the date that I don't like scary movies. So basically, he was at fail number 2. So fail number 3, I was never going to go on a date with him again. So basically, I drank too much of the Moscato, and I decided, okay, I really have to go to the bathroom. I really have to go right now. So I get up, I walk to the bathroom, and I look at the toilet seat, and there's poop on the toilet seat. There was poop on the toilet seat. It was like all smudged up, and it looks like he just pooped it out and sat on it again. So he probably still had poop on his backside. And I was just so disgusted. I actually made up an excuse that my mom was in the hospital, and I was like, I really have to go right now, because whenever someone has poop on their toilet seat, you think there is a serious problem, you know. Maybe he has, you know, really bad hemorrhoids or something so that makes it poop sideways. I really don't know, but all I know is do not poop on your toilet seat and you may get a second date. Well, I don't think I will be going on a date with him again. He was an Indian gentleman, Nothing against Indian population, but they do have the, according to the news, or according to surveys, studies, they have the smallest penis population. I just learned that. And I believe Australia has the largest penises. Anyways, that's nothing. That's nothing. That's my public service announcement. So, America is going to war with Syria. And, okay, so there's a few things you don't know about Syria. And I just heard this because as an American, you hear these things and you're like, oh, okay. You really think nothing of it. You're just like, okay, we're going to war. Okay. And, well, I'm going to tell you a few things. Syria was founded in 3000 BC, and it's an ancient country. It's a really old country. So most Syrians speak Arabic and French because it was actually, it was a French colony up until 1946. So 22.5 million people live in Syria. So that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people there. 22.5 million. But unfortunately, they have killed 100,000 of their own people since 2011, which is why America is going to war with them, because they are killing their own people. Okay, see, this is what does not make sense to me. Okay, so they see that they're killing their own people, and so they're like, okay, this is a great idea. Why don't we just get some bombs and just kill everyone? You know, that's ridiculous, okay? So here in America, we would rather kill everyone than just, you know, send over some therapists. You could send over some therapists, tell them, you know, like, okay, this is how it's done. You know, you shouldn't kill your own people, you know? Therapy is the way to do it. And they're all, I believe a lot of them are Muslim. So I don't know if Muslim, I have no idea. Muslim sounds like Buddhism to me. So I don't know if they're completely different. They're probably completely different. But they all sound the same to me. It all has this big person that's like the Buddha. Anyways, okay, so YouTube celebrities. A few YouTube celebrities that are out there. You're probably wondering, where are they now? Because, I mean, they had their famous, you know, 8 million view video. And you're wondering, okay, where did they go? So the first one I know is Chris Crocker. Chris Crocker is actually, I actually just thought of him because he is actually renting a very, very small and cheap apartment in Los Angeles. It's less than $600. I know this because I know him personally. And he was the guy from the Leave Britney Alone video. He actually made a video of him crying, like, leave Britney alone. He was basically screaming it, and he used some profanity, and he has long blonde hair, kind of like what I have on right now, except his was a little bleached, and he had some mascara running down his eyes, so he was showing that he was really genuine about it, and he was really crying. So they actually asked Britney Spears what she thought of Chris Crocker, and she said that she thinks he's weird. So I thought that was kind of funny because he is weird. I mean, I've talked to him in messages and he's strange. He's a strange person. Anyways, I love him. And Antoine Dodson. So Antoine Dodson is the guy that says, hide your wife, hide your kids, because they raping everybody up in here. He says that. Okay, so he is actually homeless. No, I'm kidding. He's not homeless. But he's actually living as a heterosexual male. This is a funny story. He actually decided he would become heterosexual because he felt homosexuality was a sin. So he is now living as a heterosexual. And it just goes to show that doesn't always make you who you really are. I mean, I know, like, it just doesn't bring out those feelings sometimes, some of the time. So he's actually making music right now, and I plan on listening to none of that music. Just saying. Okay, and the Charlie Bit My Finger, you know, there's two little kids, they were in this video, and it was like, Charlie bit my finger, and it was like in this British accent, and it had millions of views because it was super adorable. And they are actually now making Ragu commercials, and it is seen so far that Charlie has bit no more fingers, which is great. Also, Rebecca Black. So you all know Rebecca Black. She was the one who made the It's Friday video. She goes, in that obnoxious voice, she goes, it's Friday, Friday. It's a music video. If you don't know what it is, you'll have to search for it on YouTube. It has so many millions of views, and it actually became that way overnight. And it was last year that happened. And she actually had to drop out of school in 2011 because of all of the bullies. So many people were treating her like a piece of trash in her school. So she was like, okay, I'm leaving school. So she left her school. So basically, she's a high school dropout. And now she is working on music still. So I pray for you, Rebecca, even though I don't believe in much. But I pray for you because, I mean, your music wasn't that great. And that's why you had so much fame because of it, because it was obnoxious. And actually, Simon Cowell said Rebecca Black is a genius because she was making music that was obnoxious. And that's why it went viral. But the thing is, she thinks her music is good, and so she's continuing, and she's spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on new videos and new content, new music. So Rebecca, watch out for you. Makes well over $1 million a year, all because of YouTube. YouTube is a great platform for people who want to, you know, make money off of Google AdSense. And we're actually featuring a few of our shorts on YouTube. So perhaps we will make some money. All right, so, okay, Caitlin Hunt. She's an 18-year-old former high school cheerleader, and she actually decided she wanted to sleep with a 14-year-old one day. It was a girl, 14-year-old girl. I don't know if she just woke up and she was like, wow, I really like them young. And she was just saying, okay, let's sleep with a 14-year-old today. Well, Caitlin, I think personally that that's not, I mean, I think you should go for people who are older than you. I mean, you're 18 years old, and that's basically if you're 5, you're sleeping with a 1-year-old. So I think that's a little awkward for you. But she actually rejected a plea deal that would have labeled her a sex offender and placed her under house arrest for 2 years. So she rejected that plea. And so now she could be facing even worse. So they're gonna, come up with their plea, their verdict, and figure out if she's guilty or not, which obviously she's guilty because she admitted to it. So I really don't understand why she didn't just take the 2 years house arrest. I mean, that's what I would have done, but honestly, I would have never been in your situation, honey. Okay? So anyways, Caitlin Hunt, the girl who is 18 and she had a lesbian affair with a 14-year-old girl. Okay. I didn't even know lesbians existed at 14 years old. Now you know. All right. So Kristen, okay, this is a last name that's really difficult for me to pronounce. So if I get it wrong, I'm really sorry, but it's pronounced Ostendorf, I believe. Well, she was working in a Christian school in Minnesota, and she was fired after she decided she would come out to her colleagues, which is absurd. I mean, you can't be a lesbian, and I guess it would be kind of like a hypocrite in a way. I mean, if you were a lesbian in a Christian school, you know, telling people, you know, do not sleep with anyone of the same sex. And this woman, Kristen, she has a wife. So she has a wife already. So she's already sleeping with someone who's of the same sex. And she's preaching to not sleep with the same sex. What I'm wondering, Kristen, is why you wanted to work in this school in the first place. I know you've been there 18 years, so maybe you realized after maybe the 4th year that you were a lesbian. And that's what I'm thinking, because, I mean, I don't understand why anyone would want to go into a school. Like, I would never want to be in a Christian school teaching, because, I mean, I would have to teach people things that are against my own beliefs, and I just wouldn't want to do that. It's almost like a hypocrisy. Okay, it's not fun. Anyways, so Kim Kardashian and Kanye West decided they were going to have a baby. So they did. Okay, they had this baby, and I honestly don't care what the name is. I didn't even bother to look that up. I saw it, and I was like, okay, baby, rich baby. She apparently has $600 designer outfits. Not just designer outfits, but designer shirts. Like a $600 baby shirt. And also, she has a tiara that's worth well over $200,000. So basically, if you're looking for a 8-bedroom house, you can just sell that tiara and you can buy an 8-bedroom house. So, yeah, well, I honestly can't remember the name of the baby because it wasn't that interesting. Like, they should have named it something crazy. Like, you know, I believe Gwyneth Paltrow's baby, and his name is Apple. You know, you should name it like Garage Door or something, or Trash. Name your baby Trash. Can you imagine that? Hello, my name's Trash. I actually had a friend who named her dog Stain. So whenever she would call her dog, she would be like, come Stain, come Stain. And she actually did that in front of like old people as they would walk by. So I think I'm gonna do that if I ever am walking a dog, if I'm ever walking my producer's dog, because he has a dog. Maybe I'll ask him if I can walk it one day, so, just so I can scream, come Stain. Like, just so I can have these Tourette's moments where I could be like, come Stain, come Stain. Like, can you imagine that? I would love doing that. That's just, and I think I might put it on YouTube, so maybe you'll see it on YouTube. That would be fantastic. All right, so, Fortune Famester. Well, there's this comedian who, there's a group of comedians, actually. There's actually one who works here. She does a comedy show on here. Her name's Gab Benesso. And they are actually planning this event for all of you who are in Pittsburgh, I've never had a tongue twister like this. Or who are. Oh my goodness. Oh my, try to say who are 5 times fast. You know what, I'm going to say it right now. Or who are, or who are. I can't do it. I just can't do it. Well, anyways, they're doing this event, and it's going to be at Cruise Bar on Smallman Street, 1600 Smallman Street. And they're going to be having this comedy show, which is just fantastic, and it's going to be so much fun. And it's this woman, she's on Chelsea Lately, so Chelsea Handler's show called Chelsea Lately, she's actually on the show. And she's, I'm really excited to meet her. Maybe I'll bring my camera, and I'm actually working the event, so if you want to come in, and I will be one of the bartenders, so you can come and get your drink with me, and I believe it's going to be $2.50 happy hour, so anyone who's there, come on and join us. So anyone in the Pittsburgh area. So I already made my public service announcement. Do not poop on a toilet seat. But I also wanted to make another public service announcement. Well, it is don't pee on your toilet seat either, because I sat in pee once and it was so filthy. And also, another thing, do not put porno magazines in your little magazine rack next to the toilet. I was actually on a date once, and it just almost makes you look kind of like you're, a fiend, like you're just hungry for sex. Because, I know that's not always a bad thing if you're searching for a hookup, but if you are on a date where you actually like the person, and you're going back to your place, run in your bathroom, get all of your porno magazines, go in your bedroom, get your lubrication that's next to your bedside, get your condoms that are just sitting out in the open, and hide them all. I actually recommend to hide all of your condoms before a date somewhere completely ridiculous, where you honestly, so you can't go back and get them. And also, you know what? You know a little secret that I do? When I'm going on a date, I do not want to have sex with the person on the first date. So I actually take a few permanent markers. I like to get multicolors because I like to get real creative here. And I actually draw all over my male anatomy, do not touch. And just so if I'm drunk and I'm taking it off, just so it's completely awkward and that I don't do it. So, that's really a good way to be safe. That's a good way to really not have anyone rape you. I guess that's a good way. Can you imagine if a rapist went to a party and there was this girl, this beautiful girl, and he decided to put a few sleeping pills in her drink. So she falls asleep, and then he decides he's going to take off her pants. And then he sees all this writing all over her vajayjay, all of this writing saying, do not touch, I have herpes, I have, syphilis. Can you imagine writing that all on your vajayjay and then having them see it while you're asleep? They would zip that right back up and they'd be like, I'm out of here. Obviously, just for all of you sex offenders out there, make sure you roll over your victim because they're probably drunk. And if they throw up, just so they don't choke on their own vomit. I don't know if you guys knew that, but anytime you're at a party or something, and you're with someone who's throwing up ridiculously, whenever you bring them back to a bedroom to relax, always put a bucket next to the bed and never lay them on their back, because some people actually throw up and they choke on their own vomit and they die. So you don't want to be a murderer with all of your fingerprints all over their body, you know. I know you helped them to bed, but what if you scratched them? You know, you always have to be paranoid about these things. Always be paranoid. So, yeah, that's a really big deal. So turn them on their side. Also, so my chest looks really big right now. I know it does because I decided I would make it that way. The way I decided to do this was I actually have this shirt, this button-down shirt. And you know how, they have the collars and stuff. Well, I decided this is a new fashion ornament that you can wear on your own. You can actually tuck the collar into the back, so it looks kind of just like a regular shirt that goes down into a V and buttons up. So it looks pretty cool, and you can actually, put it on, and it looks amazing, as if you can't see already. And it makes your chest look very large, especially if you are a small-chested woman. No, I'm just kidding. But I really love wearing tight clothing. But anyways, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. Thank you, Mondo Club. Thank you, Justin.tv. Thank you, Roku. Thank you, all of those global platforms. Thank you so much. And thank you. God bless America. Thank you. Have a great evening.